I'm sure all of you guys have downloaded and started playing Valorant. And I'm pretty sure some of you have put more hours in it testing and experimenting every agent so you can figure out how the game works and which agent to main. But some of you are out there who have just started or just overwhelmed by the different abilities. So I'm here to talk all about the different agents and rank them so you guys can have an easy time picking the agent which best suits your playstyle. Let's start off with the best of the best. These agents are almost essential to have on your team, and in almost every game I play, these agents have always been picked. Okay, so you people might have already guessed it, and it's Sage. Despite being nerfed before release, she is still a strong pick. Her abilities, although on high cooldowns, can be very valuable to any team. She is the only agent in game that can heal others, and that by itself puts her on the top. But her other abilities are also no joke. She can make a wall which blocks a path and needs a lot of damage to be destroyed. Plus the wall can't be passed through like Viper or Phoenix's wall. Sage has also got a nice slow orb that can prevent the enemies from rushing, and her ultimate straight up resurrects your dead teammates. How good is that? So needless to say, Sage is the best agent in game right now. Now second one in the S tier is Reyna. This agent was recently released and maybe Riot Games haven't had the time to playtest Reyna, because she is kind of overpowered, and anybody who has had her as an enemy knows what I'm talking about. On the right hands, Reyna can be menacing. She can fully heal herself from soul orbs that she gets when killing someone, and the same orb can be used to become invulnerable. Another ability of hers, called Leer, can be thrown through walls and will impair the vision of enemies who look at it. And her ultimate is straight up crazy, cause now she has faster reload, firing and equip speed, and now she can be invisible while using the soul orb. And every kill, your ultimate duration is refreshed. Now that is just nuts. I can see a lot of pro players playing Reyna and having the sickest kill compilations very soon. Now next up is the A tier. And first up in A tier we have Breach. Breach has flashes and great zone control. His abilities are fairly easy to use, and if somebody is holding behind a corner, he can flash them. And if someone is camping in a corner, he can just use his zoning ultimate that can pass through walls, which dazes and knocks up anyone who gets caught in it. Plus, he can also use his fault line ability to daze players. His aftershock ability is also no joke, where he fires a slow acting burst which does a lot of damage. All these abilities makes this agent a nightmare for campers and great for rushing. Next up we have Cypher. Cypher is another important asset to your team. He can set trapwires which can daze and reveal enemy locations. He can also place a circular cage which blocks the vision, but if enemies walk through it, it plays an audio cue to Cypher. He can also place and use his spy cam, and while using it you can fire a dart that will stick to the target, revealing its location. But what makes Cypher truly shine is his ultimate. If he uses this on a dead enemy player, it will reveal the location of all living enemies, so you can either go for the kill or plan out your defense strategy accordingly. Last on the A tier we have Brimstone. If any of you are coming from CSGO, then you will find Brimstone a lot easier to use than the other agents. He has global smokes, can fire an incendiary that works a lot like the Molotov bomb, and has an ult that just deletes anything in its range. Plus the ult is global too, so you can just fire it when the enemy camps a certain place or when they are defusing the bomb. Now let's move on to the B tier. These agents are not in any way bad agents, but the S and A tier just adds a bit extra that the B tiers lack. First up we have Phoenix. Phoenix can block a point with his flaming wall and use a flaming ball that will leave a lingering fire zone on the ground that will damage enemies and heal you. Plus he has also got a curving flashball that is amazing to use when flanking corners. But Breach's flash is just better in every way. But his ultimate on the other hand is actually quite good. You can use it to rush enemies without the fear of dying, and even if you get killed, you will be teleported to the point where you used your ult. But the animation timer when you get sent back is quite long, and if an enemy finds you in this point, you better hope that guy has potato aim. Next up on the B tier we have Omen. Omen is amazing. He can control choke points, he can teleport to a marked location, and he can also use an orb that will briefly reduce the vision range and defend all players, which makes it a lot easier to rush them. Plus his dark cover ability lets him place a shadow orb that works like a smoke bomb, and if he uses his ultimate, he can teleport globally. And you can also decide if you want to stay there or not, because let's be honest, sometimes you just straight up teleport right in the middle of the enemy team. Next up we have Sova. Sova is just a slight downgrade of Cypher, but he can still be a very useful member to the team. His arrows can reveal enemy players, and his shock dart can damage them. His owl drone can be used to fire a dart and mark players, revealing their location. But like all the others, it's his ultimate where he truly shines. He fires 3 arrows that can pass through walls, and if someone gets caught in it twice, you're probably dead. You can combine this with Breach's ultimate, and then you've got a camper extermination squad. Now last on the beat here we have Raze. Raze can use a Roomba that will bounce off walls and automatically target enemy players and detonate. She can also use a grenade that explodes and breaks off into tiny shells and does extra AoE damage as well. She can also use a blast pack that you can stick to surfaces and detonate it. This can also be used to propel yourself forward. Now her ultimate is just a straight up rocket launcher, and when you use it, you can easily kill anyone who is unlucky enough to be there. She can provide a lot of damage to the team and can easily put the enemy team on the edges. Now last up we have the C tiers. These agents are in desperate need of a buff, and the developers themselves have said it. First on the B tier is Jett. Jett is great for players who like to push or play solo. Two of her abilities are movement based, where one propels you up and the other forward. She can also use a smoke bomb, but it is harder to use and lasts less. Her ultimate is pretty good, where she fires knives, but it seriously punishes you if you miss. And now, last on the ranking is Viper. Her ability kit is good, but it just lacks in comparison with others. She can use the same type of wall that Phoenix does, but while Phoenix's wall heals him, Viper's doesn't. She can also fire a chemical bomb that works a lot like Phoenix's flaming ball, but instead of healing Viper, it just damages her when she goes into it. She can also fire a smoke bomb, and her ultimate is a big smoke bomb that slowly damages enemies inside it. Her ability kit is great, but she is just in dire need of a serious buff. And now we'll be choosing the new giveaway winner because sadly the previous giveaway winner did not contact us. And congrats Nailx, you have won a $20 Steam gift card. Here we go, congratulations. Well, that was it for this video guys. Do leave a thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon if you don't want to miss out on some more upcoming content. And as always, thanks for watching. This is Saman signing out.